Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Regina Sunshine, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. For those who don't know, I have been gone for a month now. This is my very first show back, and I'm really excited to be here with you guys today, bringing you my version of midday motivation, helping you get a Regina Sunshine state of mind. I'm so excited. We have one guest today. I know you guys were expecting two, so I guess to be an exclusive one interview with Butter B. Rocker, who is already live in studio with us today, and it's going to be a great show. It is. I got some things I do want to share before we get started. Just a couple of announcements. For those who don't know, we are launching 2 Awesome Girl books this year. First of all, book 3 in the Awesome Girl book series, Beautiful Just Like Me. Girls aged 5 to 17, talking about what they believe is beautiful, what's beautiful in the world, what's beautiful about themselves, what's beautiful about life. So if you have a girl that you want to be a part of our book, just reach out to me at reginasunshine.com, and we'll get your daughter signed up to be an author in our next Awesome Girl book. All right, and then our second book for the year, our very first art book. We were looking at how many girls we have that are creatives, and we wanted to give them an opportunity to express themselves through art. So we are doing an art book this year as well, and it's called You're All That Girl. And it's being led by Miss Shaquita Maxey. She's our resident artist with our Awesome Girl Academy. And she's going to be leading the girls in an art session, but also showing them how to digitize their artwork, how to create prints and bookmarks and things that they can use to generate income. Because beyond giving them an outlet for their art, we're always looking for ways to show these girls how they can create other streams of income using their gifts, talents, and abilities. So if you want your girl to be in either one of our books this year, again, go to reginasunshine.com and sign up there, okay? Well, I've been saying this for about a month or so now, but it is now here. I have been blessed to be a second-time author with Chicken Soup for the Soul. This is the newest book, Be You. It is coming out in April. And it is 101 stories of affirmation, determination, and female empowerment. So I'm so excited. My story is, I can't even remember what it is right now. I think it's story number 63. It is called Team Accountability. I'm just so thankful and blessed. The first time around, I wasn't really aware of the beast PR machine that Chicken Soup for the Soul has. I am now. I'm going to ride this wave this time. And so right behind this book, in May, I'm releasing my second book, my second personal book, Chasing Sunshine. And it is my story of how I found purpose and how I lead other people to find purpose as well. So be on the lookout for this book, Be You, as well as Chasing Sunshine right behind it in May. All right? Well, I'd like to go to my first break talking about something I'm thankful for. And what I have on this paper today, it doesn't even make sense for me to talk about this in light of something that has recently happened. Today, I'm thankful for friends that are like family. My mother has a friend, Miss Nellie Vereen, that has been in our lives since we were little children. They raised us up together. We went to church together and everything. I remember when I went off to college, the night before I left, Miss Nellie and her husband, Mr. Tony, came to my house with bags and bags of stuff for me to take to go off to school. They loved us like we were their children, just like my mother and my father loved their children like they were theirs. And they have been a constant and ever-present source of love and support and blessings in our life. And so I want to say to Miss Nellie Vereen and her entire family, I thank you for loving us the way you've loved us. And I promise we will continue to do the same. All right? We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Regina Sunshine Show with Regina Sunshine.
Hello, it's your girl Regina Sunshine, and they call me the Affirmation Queen. Why am I called the Affirmation Queen? Because I'm a big believer that if you change the way you speak, you'll change the way you think, and you'll change the circumstances in your life. So start today speaking words of life over you and your circumstances, and see if everything doesn't begin to line up with those things that you are speaking. And I want to leave you with these parting thoughts. Remember this: God loves you just the way you are. You are beautiful because you were created in love. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You have the seeds of greatness within you. You were born to live a victorious life. You are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are worthy of the best things in life. And take with you my personal motto. I always say it's not over till I win. If I hadn't won yet, that just means it's not over. So I tell you today, it's not over till you win. If you hadn't won yet, baby, that just means it's not over. Be blessed and keep winning.
All right, you guys, you are back on the air here with Regina Sunshine here on the Regina Sunshine Show. And this show is actually a month in the making, I guess you would say, because a month ago, Butterbee was supposed to be here with me. And I'm so excited to have her here. This is not yet her first time on our show. She is returning family. But so much has happened since she was here. I just want to welcome her back. Welcome back, Butterbee Rocker. How are you?
I'm doing good, and thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's always a pleasure. There are certain people that I watch from a distance and that I'm inspired by, and you're one of those people.
Thank you.
So anytime I can be in your presence, I feel like, okay, it's iron sharpening iron. So I need to go and get, okay, Butters, all right, let me go over here and get my stuff together. It's a healthy type of love and respect, and that pushes me forward when I see you.
I would say the same for you.
I thank you. I thank you. Well, you know, a lot has happened
Yeah.
since we last saw each other. And I think the last time we saw each other was at the Capitol with the boys. I think we were at the Capitol with the boys and the
Yes.
governor and everything
Yes.
that day. But since then, oh my goodness, I think PR company. You
Wrote a
got
book.
this new man in your life.
Right.
You wrote a book, girl. Things are, you're winning. How about that? So do this. Remind our audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay. My name is Butterbee Rocca. I'm an international recording artist. I'm an Amazon best-selling author. I'm a playwright. I'm a host of Transparency Talks podcast. I have a PR firm. And
That's a lot. That's a lot. It's all good stuff. That's a lot. Well, let's back up. I think whenever we last saw each other, you were leading up to the release of the book. I think that was around that time period. Talk to us about that.
yes, the book is called Fear of Failure, Fear of Not Trying. I became an Amazon bestseller within 7 hours of my pre-release.
Wow.
It has been featured on CBS, NBC, Fox, Telemundo, and some other places. And it was endorsed by Les Brown, by a Princess, Marunda, and by Ambassador Capriccio Skates.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, first time author, best-selling author.
Yeah.
Is another book stirring up inside of you?
As a matter of fact, I have a children's book about to come out.
I love it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's the children's version of Fear of Failure, you know, and it's talking directly to the not teenagers, but to the children, you know, that are going through things and overcoming their different fears, because they go through a lot of things. We're going to be touching on bullying, on, you know, fears, just different things, and it's going to be a series, but the first one is Overcoming Fears, which, you know, ties into the fear of failure.
That's perfect, especially if we can establish those types of conversations with them little,
Yes.
right? Then they're not 40 years old and you're still talking about, why haven't you pursued this dream? Why haven't you done this
Right.
thing? I love that so much, especially since a lot of what I'm doing right now is with youth, and it gives us an opportunity to change their lives.
Exactly.
To change their lives.
I realized that was one of the things that I was missing, you know, is talking to the youth. Unfortunately, during COVID, we lost someone very special to us that was very young. I think she was 12 at the time. Wow. when she passed, and it really made me, you know, start to look at children, you know, a lot different. They do go through a lot of different things. They have a lot of peer pressure. They have things that's on their mind. You know, they're getting bullied, or they're just dealing with a lot of different things. And so I wanted to make sure that I addressed and talked to them on their level. So, yeah, this is my first time talking about the book.
I feel so special.
I haven't even announced it yet, but so now I've announced it.
I love that. I love that. Well, definitely, whenever you release it, let's come back
Absolutely.
and have you. And actually, I'm in the process of starting an Awesome Girl TV show, so I think that would be perfect for our girls to interview you about your children's book.
That would be
Let's go ahead.
awesome.
Let's go ahead and get that down. Let's mark that off.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing that has really stood out to me about this new part of your journey is the PR firm. How did that come about?
Well, when I was going through my divorce, I needed something to get my mind off of going through a divorce, but I had to do online classes because, of course, I was touring overseas and everything like that. And it kept me focused, but I wanted to go back to school. I have a degree in computer information systems, but I needed something else, and so I went back for marketing and PR because I was like, well, that would help me, and when I went back to school, I became the first Black president for the Golden Key High Honor International Society, became, graduated magna cum laude. It's just crazy because I don't even know to this day how I was able to maintain my grades, being overseas and keeping straight A's and raising a family and having shows. It was crazy. So, yeah. So that's how it came about. And then other people started contacting me. Well, can you represent me? Can you represent me? So I was like, okay. I started off first with my family. I said, well, let me represent the boys. I'm going to represent my man first so I can make sure that it's not just me. Then I did some close friends so that, again, it wasn't, well, you only able to do them because they were your family.
Yeah.
So I started representing some other people. So, yeah, it's done pretty good.
So how does it feel to be in that role? Because, most of your life you have been the person that people represent, right?
Yes.
So now to be a little bit behind the scenes helping other people's careers, what does that feel like?
It feels good. It definitely feels good when you know that you got somebody booked on something that's a big project or something like that. Yeah.
I love it so much. I didn't even know you had gone back to school for marketing and PR. It just makes sense then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But especially when you talk about helping yourself and then that kind of expanding beyond that. Well, you mentioned the boys. We got to talk about the boys. How are the boys?
Man, the boys are doing really good. Christian, my youngest one, is in 12th grade. He's about to graduate from high school.
Oh, my goodness.
He has a deal with Nerf Out, so he's going on tour. It's a 9-month tour. He's going to start it once he graduates. So we was going to start it sooner, but he's almost finished with school. School ends in May, so we wanted to make sure that he maintained his grades, and being in different cities by yourself on this tour, so we paused for a second. So good thing is he's able to still pick up the tour, but in the meantime he just got finished and I just got finished doing a film. So.
Well, from a PR perspective, it's really great to have your client do this tour. How does it feel from a mama's perspective?
From a mama's perspective, I'm just super proud. And I didn't get to tell you about Corey. Corey is now in Savannah State, freshman, for engineering, electrical engineering. We already got him an intern when he comes back for the summer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, they're doing really good. They and I were just featured with Mark Cuban and Gene Simmons from KISS on a panel called Save Summit, and they had us all speaking and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. Yes.
That is so cool.
Yes.
When you mentioned electrical engineering, I went to school for chemical engineering.
Did you?
Yes. Those internships are everything.
Yes.
Because when they start looking for people to hire, they want to know that you've actually been out in the field and you've done some stuff. Because it's one thing to be in a classroom as an engineer. It's something completely different when you're out in a plant or something else.
Yeah,
so, yes.
I would actually say that for any job for me, because I'm such a hands-on person. I mean, seeing it on paper, that's, okay, I might can learn a little bit, but when you're actually doing the work, I tend to grow quicker if I see it and I'm actually doing it.
Oh, yeah, it didn't take me long with the hard hats and the steel-toe boots. I just saying what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Whenever, for me, my chemistry teacher in high school said, you're great in chemistry, you're great in math, you should be a chemical engineer. And it was the highest paid bachelor's degree coming out of college at that time. So I was chasing money. But I figured out later on, chasing money don't get you happiness. You got to chase purpose.
Yeah. That's why I'm actually glad that after his freshman year, he will be doing the internship, because he can really see hands-on, okay, is this something I want to do? Do I want to change majors? Because you don't want to wait to the last minute and change majors. You got 2 years to go, and then you got to change all these extra classes and stuff. You want to find out, what do I need right now?
That's very, very smart. I'll be interested to hear what he thinks. Those EEs, I'm telling you, I got so much respect for them. We had to take one EE course, and I was like, this electrical engineering stuff ain't for me.
I saw his math, and I was like, well, it looked like foreign language to me. I was like, what is this?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's doing differential equations and everything. So, yeah.
It's above me. So I don't know about that.
Well, it's wonderful to see you and the family thriving
Thank you.
in such a beautiful way. And you mentioned when you started PR, my kids and my
Beyonce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what it feels like to be in this moment where you are doing what you're doing and have somebody who has your back.
I mean, it definitely feels great to have somebody that has your back. When as you know, I had went through surgery. I had a torn meniscus, torn ACL, and I dislocated my shoulder. And I was getting ready for a show in Qatar for New Year's, so I didn't get to make it there and everything. And my ex-husband wasn't really in the picture, wasn't really helping with the kids and everything. And to wake up from surgery and find out, instead of it being a 6 weeks recovery time, it's going to be a full year, I was devastated. I mean, completely, because I've been touring forever, and that's been my only source of income. So, I was devastated. I had to figure out what I was going to do and everything. And Terrence was there every step of the way. Honestly, I had to do physical therapy 3 times a week for a whole year for an hour. And he went to everything, to the doctors, to the physical therapy, picked up the kids, took them back and forth to their classes, and football or band, was at everything. And I mean, what was so cute, I remember the first time I went to physical therapy, I had these like sparkly shoes. I'm all extra with my clothes and everything. So, I mean, I had on some shorts and stuff, but my feet looked good. I looked like it was the things that I would definitely wear. So he made sure I was comfortable, but I still looked like butter, And he was like, well, we got to make sure you're still right. And one of the things that he always taught me is, you still have to keep pushing yourself. And he was there every step of the way, so it didn't feel like, like when you're going through physical therapy and you can barely walk. I did a walker for 2 months, then I did a cane for 3 months and everything. I was supposed to use my walker to walk across the stage for my high school. I mean, not for high school, for college.
Yes.
I refused to walk with that. They wheelchaired me in, but I walked across that stage and everything. But when you have somebody that supports you like that and tells you, hey, I'm here for you, it's a beautiful thing.
The smile on your face is everything.
Yeah.
It says everything.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
So tell us what you're most excited about right now.
Oh my goodness. Well, I just dropped a single called Strange Love. I'm excited about that. I have my book coming out, which is different from writing a regular book to now a book that has a lot of illustrations. And then I had to find out that the book, I thought I was writing it for middle school. That was my intention at first. But then I found out that the wording and the Lexile reading was 2nd and 3rd grade. Okay. So now I had to change the images and change everything. But that fits even better because then I can catch them even younger.
Yes.
So I'm fine with that. But now it's figuring out, I guess because I had my mind set on what I wanted it to look like at first, I have to just settle on which one is going to be, what my illustrations is going to be. You know what I mean? But I'm excited about that. And then I have a movie that I'm about to produce. So, yeah.
All right, so you mentioned a few minutes ago being in a movie.
Yes.
And now talking about producing.
Yes.
So how'd you go from in front of the camera to being on the other side again?
Well, I had wrote a TV show that Netflix was interested in about 2 years ago. And they wanted me to change some of the people and change a little bit of the film and send it back in. Unfortunately, my videographer, he passed. So I let that project go, but I still wanted to write because I wrote a play before,
I remember that.
and I'm like, okay, well, if I can write a play, then I can write a movie or I can write a TV show. So I started dabbling. I ended up writing 13 episodes. I've realized that because it's going to be my first feature project, trying to do a whole episodes as opposed to just doing a feature film, cost wise, it would be easier for me to just focus on the feature film for now, and then if I want to turn it into a TV show or turn it into extras, I could do that later on. So I'm about to start casting and announcing it. I'm announcing everything today on Regina. I'm announcing everything. So yeah, so it's something that I've always wanted to do. I'm just at that stage in my life where anything that I want to do, I'm going to go for it. Life is too short and it's too precious, and you got to take that time and just take it. You know what I mean? I think life owes me that, so I'm going after everything I want.
Well, two things I was thinking when you speak. Number one, when you're talking about the illustrations for the book, if it's a Butterby Rocker book, it's got to be bright and beautiful.
I'll show you after. I
could just see it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other thing is, I love how you have tapped into so many different of your gifts and your loves, and not just pigeonhole yourself. So often people find one or two things and they stick there without exploring all of the things that are inside. I remember a pastor that we knew told my son once, he said, "You're a fighter." He said, "But you love music and you love this." He said, "Explore all of the gifts." And so often we tell our kids the opposite, right? Pick one thing and specialize, when no, there's so many things that are still left inside that are untapped. How did you get to the place that you knew, all right, it's okay for me to pull all of this out?
For years, that was me. I had filters on. If you wasn't talking music, we had nothing to talk about. It was like, oh, you should just be a writer. You should just singing. But what happened is, I injured myself, and that had me. When you sit down for a whole year, you got to really figure out, okay, what other things can I do, because I can't tour. What can I do? What else am I good at? And I'm a very creative person, so tapping into, my creative side on different levels and expanding, was something that happened. The play wouldn't have happened if 2 years prior, I wouldn't have injured myself. It wasn't a serious injury, but it ultimately led to my knee, needing surgery or whatever. But had I not injured myself then, I wouldn't have got into plays in the first place. And I wouldn't have met the director that said he's also a writer, and then we wouldn't have wrote the play together, And then now here I am again. Now I'm injured, and I got a whole year and nothing but time. You know what I mean? So it was like, okay, well, what else can you do? So the podcast came out, the PR came out, the books, the magazine. Like, we just started creating, and it just happened like that. And one of the things about me, because I'm such a visual person, and I know how to do graphics, and I know how to edit, and as an independent artist, you learn things quick.
Yes, I can see that.
So, I already knew how to do all this stuff, and because I'm such a visual person, I have to get it out of my mind. So it's not hard if I have an idea. It's not hard for me to get it all out, and come back to it, add more layers to it or whatever, take some stuff out. But that's not hard for me to do. It's not hard for me to do the graphics and do the different things. So that's how it came out. It just started. Anything I think of, I write it down and I get it on.
Well, I love the fact that you said if there's something you want to do, you're just going to do it.
Yeah.
Because so often people are looking for the perfect circumstances for everything to align up. And, or as they say, well, getting all my ducks in a row. And I guess I heard once something about just grab the ducks you can and run with them. I love that about you, because I think it inspires other people when they see that they can, I can do something else.
Yeah. One of the things that I've had somebody say, well, you're doing a whole lot of stuff, but y'all don't say that about Steve Harvey. You don't say that about a lot of people. You know what I mean?
I hear the same thing.
They have so many different things, that they're doing. They have different sources of income. I'm doing the same thing. I'm going after everything I want in life. I might not make everything. I might not succeed in everything, but I got a little bit farther every single time I put something out, every single time I do something, and I'm learning from them. Everything might not be the biggest thing, but it's something that I've accomplished on my own. It's something that I can call mine. It's something that I did. You know, so many people just out of fear alone stop and they won't do nothing. They sit on their ideas. Half of them take their ideas to the grave and don't ever, you know, do anything. At least I'm taking a step forward and going for it. That's how I look at it.
I love that. I do. And you're right. So many people just don't because of fear. You know, one of the rules in my life is if I recognize that fear is the reason I haven't done something, I have to do it. Mm-hmm. That's the deal I made with myself. Because I always say action overcomes fear. Once you do it, the fear is gone.
Yeah.
Well, you know, 2020 for me was what I call peace and purpose. Mm-hmm. Because I had to sit down. Like you said, I was at the house, and so I had to figure out some things. And so 2021 is peace, purpose, and progress. When you think about that, what does that mean to you?
That means to me that all of the peace that you had and all of the things that you were sitting on and nurturing, you know, you now moving forward with it.
Yeah, and I see that with you. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. You know, you had to sit down for a minute.
I had to sit down for 2 years because I injured myself in 2019. Then I was ready. April 2020, I got all these shows ready, and then COVID hit. So I didn't sit down for 2 years. I'm ready.
You're ready. It's definitely time to progress and move forward.
Exactly.
Well, you know, if someone wants to, I guess, hear the new music, where do they go to hear it?
Oh, my goodness. My song is available at ButterBeRocka. That's ButterBrocka.com. It's on all social media. Of course, it's on all digital platforms from Pandora, Spotify, iTunes. It's everywhere. And also, it's on Vivo and on YouTube. So definitely check out the music video. The music video is very colorful. It's very me all day.
Well, look, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back, and I got a couple questions to ask you to really help the audience in moving forward in their dreams and their purpose, okay? We'll be right back here on the Regina Sunshine Show with Regina Sunshine.
Give me the sunshine. Give me the sunshine.
All right, you guys, you're back live with Regina Sunshine here at the Regina Sunshine Show, and I'm here with special guest, Miss ButterBeRocka. And, you know, she's been dropping all kinds of pearls of wisdom for you guys, especially those who have been sitting on your gifts, talents, and abilities, and it's time to move. But I wanted to ask you, what have been some of the biggest challenges that have gone along with the gift that you have?
The rejections, you know, rejections hurt from anybody. And you want to be at a certain level and you feel like you're not there. You feel like doors are closing or whatever, and that hurts. So I think anybody, you know, experiences that, but I'll speak for myself. You know, sometimes that hurts. You know, you want to be at a certain level and you don't feel like you're there yet, so.
And how have you dealt with it? How have you, because some people, they get rejected and they just go somewhere and say, well, you know, I'm just not going to do anything. But you're a fighter. You fight back. So tell us how, you know, you come back from those rejections.
I learn from it and I say, okay, well, if you're not going to let me in, I'm going to build my own door.
I love it.
I'm going to build my own platform. I'm quick on it. I'm quick. I'm so quick. I'll say, okay, I got you.
I love that so much because, you know, recently I was talking to a friend of mine and I was talking about, you know, rebuilding the network after COVID and everything. And I was talking about going out and finding folk to do shows. I was like, wait a minute, I can just Tyler Perry this thing and come up with my own shows and then get folk and stick them in the shows. So I know, create my own.
Get your own
So
lane.
yeah, I'm inspired by that. I need to thank you for sharing that. You've accomplished so much. What are some of your secrets to success?
Never giving up. You can fall, but you got to make sure that you get back up. That's the biggest thing that I take. My mom was a fighter. My mom is a fighter, and she definitely installed it in me. You can't let someone else determine who you are or whose you are. So you have to remember that, and you just have to, go for it.
Sounds like we got the same kind of mama. My mama's the same way.
Yeah.
I always tell people, if somebody say I can't do something, well, my mama said I can, so you can just step on to the side.
Yeah. My mom she's super supportive of me, and in turn, of course, I'm super supportive of the boys. So it just helps them just grow, because when you know that you have that support, even at a young age or even at an older age, when you have that support, and know that whatever you do, you got somebody that's going to stick behind you and got your back. The sky's the limit. It gives you the freedom to say, well, maybe I can do this. Well, let me try this.
Hearing you talk about her, I remember being at the Capitol, and those guys, I don't know if you know those guys that own the beauty company were there. Your mama had all kinds of questions. She was like, I got some questions for y'all.
She did.
It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, I think she had the most questions.
It was good. I appreciate it though, because there's some people who in a situation like that where you have the opportunity to ask and they won't. And I was like, she is fearless. You know. I don't care if y'all are billionaires that sit in this table. I got some questions for y'all.
Yeah. That is definitely my mom.
I love it. Then that's where you get it from.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to the everyday walk of success and pushing past, those rejections and barriers, what are some very practical things you do to keep yourself encouraged?
I do a lot of affirmations. We go to sleep listening to affirmations and different things like that. Meditation. Although my meditation, it goes from meditation to sleep. Sometimes I'm still working on that. I'm still working on it because I get too calm. Next thing I know, I'm asleep. So
I'm the same way.
I'm working on the meditation part of it, but I also do stretching and everything like that too.
I did this meditation retreat a couple months back, and I kept falling asleep.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't feel so bad because one session, because we're all on Zoom. This one guy, he never came back up for the rest of the day. And at one point, I sent a chat message to the lady. I was like, is he all right? She was like, sometimes. She said the body takes what it needs.
Yeah.
I said, all right. So if I go to sleep, I needed to go to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I should look at it that way. That's what I'm supposed to do. You're supposed to, and then go to sleep.
Yeah, the body takes what it needs.
Yeah.
Your body say, I need to sleep, so it's
Yeah.
going to sleep.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool that you guys do listen to affirmations as you're going to sleep. I used to do that when Gabriel was growing up. He used to complain. That's why I kind of looked over there when you said that, because he used to say, and that actually was somebody from Kenneth Copeland Ministries. He said, I get tired of hearing that white man talking every night when I'm going to sleep.
I used to do that to the boys as well when they was kids. I would play from Mozart to affirmations and different things. But Christian, no, it was Corey, my oldest. He complained one time about the Mozart. So then I started to made a CD of different things, so it was, have variety. So you're not just hearing just the Mozart all day.
I look. Thank you for sharing, because I hadn't heard any other parent, say they did that too. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
I'm not
did
an
that.
anomaly out here by myself.
I think me and you are like a lot.
So whenever he would complain, I would just cut it off till he fell asleep, and then I go in there and turn it back on. Wow. So the next phase of life, you're looking at the future and all these great projects that you have. What is it that you haven't done yet that you want to do?
Well, what I haven't done yet that is about to happen, as I was saying, was my feature film. I'm super excited about it because it's something I've never done. You know what I mean? And I'm going into the unknown. I get antsy about it, but in a good way.
Yes.
Because I don't know all the answers, but I don't have to have all the answers. All I have to do is surround myself around the people that do have the answers. So, I'm building my team to get ready to, produce my first project. And because I'm such a detailed person, and I've done plenty of music videos and different things like that, I definitely believe that the film is going to be great. And then with me now being on some other sets, I'm seeing behind the scenes what they're doing. You know what I mean? And it's giving me insight of, okay, yeah, do this, don't do that, maybe improve on this. And I'm looking at everything, So I'm excited about this, but it's definitely uncharted territories, but I need to do it.
I'm glad you said you don't have to know everything. You should surround yourself with people. A lot of people don't get that. They think they have to be the one person that knows everything. I'm like, no, you have to be smart enough to know there are people that are smarter than you, and go and get them to work for you.
Yeah.
That's the way you really grow
Yeah.
and move forward. Because if you think you have to have all the answers, you're not going. But so far.
Yeah, you're going to be in trouble.
Well, do this. Tell our audience how they can follow you, how they can support all the great things that you're doing.
Absolutely. You can follow me at buttabirocka.com. That's BUTTABROCKA. I am on all social media platforms, on all digital platforms. Yeah, Buttabirocka.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And to your man.
Thank you
for being here and supporting. Well, to our audience, we thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It's been a great show. I'm inspired. I know you have to be inspired. There's so many wisdom nuggets that Butta dropped on you guys today, and I hope that you will take them and apply them to your life so that you also can begin to get outside of yourself and stop letting fear stop you from being who God created you to be. All right? I leave you guys with the words that I always leave you with. Remember this: God loves you just the way you are. You are beautiful because you were created in love. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You have the seeds of greatness within you. You were born to live a victorious life. You are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are worthy of the best things in life. All right, guys, catch us back here next week, same time, 12 noon, with the Regina Sunshine Show. And I leave you with my personal motto. I always say it's not over till I win. If I hadn't won yet, that just means it's not over. So I tell you today, it's not over till you win. If you hadn't won yet, baby, that just means it's not over. Be blessed and keep winning.
Give me the sunshine. Give me the sunshine. Just give me the sunshine. All I want is some sunshine. Let me have the sunshine. I need the sunshine. When I don't see the sun in the sky in the early morning, I can't wait for the sun to come along and push the clouds away. Now I don't mind when it rains, 'cause everything we said, with my baby in the park, wishing it all away. Give me the sunshine. Give me the sunshine. Let me have the sunshine. Let me have the sunshine. I need the sunshine. I need the sunshine. Just give me the sunshine.